drinking tonight? Oh, you want to see my shorts though? Yeah. I wore booty shorts for you.
For me?
Shouldn't you be like warming up or some shit? Like defending or...
They're just passing.
I already warmed up.
Huh? Yeah, I'm going
Fucking goalkeeper. Is he wearing gloves right now?
goalkeeper.
Is he wearing a different kit to everything else?
Oi, boys, bring it in!
Oh, look at the captain go! Look at the captain go! Boy, listen to your captain. He said, oi, boy, you better listen right. Oi, mate. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, you should have brought us together. We should have listened when he said don't go. Now you're just going to hear us in the fucking background. Get the ball! Friend of an officer not there. Where'd you go? Oh yeah, 16! Oh, we're gonna get back.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Football. And we are kicking off round 15 in style. And a contest between Port Darwin Football Club taking on CASUARINA FC. And this one will be as entertaining as it was only a mere 2 weeks ago. These two sides faced off against one another. It was a 3-2 victory to the Rowdies. CASUARINA on that occasion. Port Darwin, we're looking to rectify that result and see if they can go one better from this time out. An outlook for the table as it stands. CASUARINA FC currently on 26 points. A victory tonight will see them jump to the top of the table by a point, and they will sit there comfortably at the end of this round. Of course, Hellenic with the bye this round. They'll have a chance to atone for that match next week. And for Port Darwin, a victory will see them close the gap to University of Zurich to only 1 point. Needs to be perfect from here on in for Port Darwin if they had to make a finals run. But it's not in the realms of impossibility just yet. And they are your home side this evening in the blue and claret strip. Of course, tonight are without their key man in defence. That's Ryan Bailey. He is serving a suspension at this present moment. We'll see him out of action for this evening's fixture. CASUARINA Football Club, on the other hand, they are near full strength. They are missing Robert Kilmartin in their usual starting lineup. Played a great role last week. Terry Fennon back in centre defence, joining partner Yari McRae van Lingen. An often familiar back line. We're only moments away from kick-off here. Friday Night Football at its best, live from Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. CASUARINA will be kicking us off this evening, and they are going left to right on your screens. And off we away we go. Kicked off and underway. CASUARINA retreating all the way back into their defensive half. Van Lingen across to Fannin. Back into the lineup. That's Charles Adu now. He goes wide. McLennan dinks it shortly for Van Lingen. Newton-Aragon now on the ball, taking it inside and playing it forward to Raul Yakub now. Gordon Pereira, the ever-reliable CASUARINA captain. With possession, he heads wide for Quinlan Tran. Casemiro. Gordon Pereira will just head that back to Dion Newell, and he doesn't hesitate to clear for the sideline, and a heavy touch from Benicia. We'll just see that spin out of play for a throw-in. Fannin across to Van Lingen. Of course, now Quinlan Tran can head back to his favoured left-back position, having to deputise at centre-back, and did a great job last weekend out against Darwin Olympic. But he does prefer to bomb up and down the wings, as now Davies comes out of position for Port Darwin. Diaz now central for Jock, back to Alejandro Diaz, looking to get forward there for Dane Jock, but ball coming through to the goalkeeper, Dion Newell. Terry Fannin now elects to go long. Shoshone Thompson picks that one off, and he looks to return fire with a long ball himself. McLennan chests it down for Gordon Pereira, strongly done. Gittins, heavy touch forward, and this will scamper out of play for a throw-in to CASUARINA. McLennan goes forward, touched in by Newton-Aragon. Now Diaz. And that one drifts out of play for a throw. McLennan throws backfield here. Van Lingen across to Fannin. Now Van Lingen. Be touched from Raul Yakub there. Wainwright wins possession, and Joel Benicia will go forward for Port Darwin. Quinlan Tran getting across and just playing that one into touch. Port Darwin with an attacking throw in here. Position of some danger for CASUARINA if they are not awares to this attack. And Shoshone Thompson will look to drive a throw in. Diaz heads it up, and high boot there from Diaz. We'll see possession and a free kick go the way of CASUARINA. Forward by Newell. Newton-Aragon nicely advanced forward. Gittins wins it off him. Now Davies front position, but Newton-Aragon gets a touch in. Declan O'Shea, Port Darwin captain, gets up to make contact. Now Gordon Pereira will try and come away from Davies. Good contest between those two. Newton-Aragon, McLennan, Gordon Pereira once again. Turns away from Diaz. Goes central looking for Fannin. Benicia's come away with the ball here. Joel Benicia can enter the box. Across here for Jock. Will come away from Tran and play it back in the shot with some ferocity. He's driven well over the bar. No immediate danger for Dion Newell to have to deal with, but almost pouncing on nothing and making it something, Port Darwin. Playing out the back here, Fannin. Cross for Van Lingen. Van Lingen now will head forward. Plenty of time. Marco Moser there. Debutant for Port Darwin. Coming forward with possession, playing it forward to Benicia. Back for Thompson. Looks to drive it forward. Diaz looking to get a flick onto it. McLennan under some pressure. Jock can come away with the ball here. Deng Jock across field. And Davies slips and tries to drive. Asking the referee for questions there, but corner kick given for Port Darwin. An opportunity to drive one into the box. Of course, captain Declan O'Shea will head forward for this one. And also Marco Moser, so plenty of aerial targets for Port Darwin to find. Joel Benicia with the delivery. Of course, making a late run cleverly. Moser enters the box now. And seems to be a ball had come out before it went in. And a quick goal kick now. Mark Casemiro coming forward with pace. With him is Shoshone Thompson. And all ball, says the referee, but it will be a Casuarina throw-in. And Quinlan Tran throwing in for Casemiro. Cut out in the first instance there by Jock and played out of field, and now Casuarina throw us back in. Terry Fannin comes forward with possession and lays wide here for Braden McLennan. Looking to drive it forward now. Raul Yakub's got space here. Targets wide. Now Mark Casemiro looking to have a shot early in that one. Off the basis of the goals there. Not quite the crossbar, but not far away there. The back top corner post and out of play. First opportunity of this evening for the Rowdies, and it falls towards Mark Casemiro. Of course, at the double last week, and looks to continue that goal scoring form into the rounds that follow into finals. Gittins, Spitter under pressure from Zelio Casemiro there. And so it will be a free kick for Port Darwin. Opportunity to come well out of their half here. Phil Chindam. He drives long, looks for a recipient. Van Lingen underneath it. Diaz coming across. Does well to fake the play, but Van Lingen can clear. As far as Jacob Gittins for Port Darwin, Shoshone Thompson rises in with a header. Fannin. Benicia looks to keep this ball, but there's a foul against Casuarina. Given away by Fannin. A little out of position, a heavy touch by the defender. Just sees him give away a needless foul there. O'Shea plays it short for Thompson, and he drives and blocked by Aidu. Now Yakub over to Casemiro. Pace they've got in abundance to counter-attack here, but not quite quick enough on the far side. Zelio Casemiro to that ball. And so Port Darwin go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Chindam short to his captain, Declan O'Shea. Now Joel Benicia. Thompson looking to drive it forward. Joel Benicia now. Looking to come pass forward a few. Joel Jock has got possession. Looks to drive forward with some danger. Raul Yakub can come away for CASUARINA. Bounce back to Gordon Pereira. Now Van Lingen. Look to come wide here. Newton Harrigan's offered the outlet. Gittins tried to bring it to an end. Diaz in defense now for Port Darwin. Has to be careful here. Alejandro Diaz drives forward. Raul Yakub heads it to Zelio Casemiro. Tackled by Declan O'Shea. Referee waving play on here. Alejandro Diaz looking to go straight down the line. Van Lingen. Wainwright getting in there. Diaz evades the challenge and plays it in a widely direction. Joel Benicia look to drive it into the box here. Fannin heads out. Mark Casemiro will come back to win possession. Play it wide to Newton Harrigan. Raul Yakub. And Yakub looks to drive it wide. Good ball down from Mark Casemiro, but given away. Shoshone Thompson. Port Darwin can come out of defense here. Wainwright look to go wide to Benicia, but spun off the boot and given away. Good tackle by Jock. Fannin heads it forward. Now Gittins looking to bring this under control. Wainwright attempting to make contact. Newton Harrigan and Jock. Good work by Jock there. Referee was forced to call the foul there. Now, free kick for CASUARINA, the Rowdies. 11.5 minutes gone here. Northcrest scoreboard still reading 0-0. Half chances for both sides so far. But nothing that's forced either to make a save just yet. Van Lingen. Fannin. Comes wide here. Quinlan Tran with possession. Heads centrally for Casemiro. Now Charles Adu back to Tran. Tran will look to take it forward and caught a touch, so throw in. Taken quickly. Adu trying to pace away. Wainwright, nice work from Charles Adu. Fends off the challenge of Jock, and now it's Raul Yakub. He goes wide here, and Newton Harrigan, as poor as his first touch was, he did make up for it, but his control could not quite be controlled that time. Gittins with a throw. Davies brings it down. And that one did go sadly out of play. McLennan, Raul Yakub, back to Gordon Pereira. McLennan, drive forward past Davies. Adu, we're going to turn past Declan O'Shea. Lays it wide, Adu, and offside flag goes up. Believe against Raul Yakub there. Well onside, yep, was Adu, and that ball forward for Adu, by Adu to Yakub, just straight in an offside position. And so, free kick here for Port Darwin. And Shindon will look to drive this forward. Given away, heavy touch there by Newton Harrigan, driven at him with pace, could not quite control that ball, and throw in to Port Darwin, slightly further up the field. And a bit of a free kick there, push on Wainwright, earns Port Darwin the free kick. And McLennan wins this for CASUARINA off Diaz, still in here. Wainwright looking to go back to Diaz, and that was out of play. CASUARINA throw in. Thrown in here. Newton Harrigan. Gittins forward to Jock. Looking to dink it forward for Davies. No foul there. Referee waves play on. Raul Yakub away from Jock. Now Casemiro looking to play it wide. and gives the foul against Port Darwin here. Free kick for CASUARINA. Short by Pereira to Van Lingen. Pereira drives it wide. Quinlan Tran to Mark Casemiro. Now Rahul Yakub. Nice touch for Pereira, and looking to come forward here is Ronnie Newton-Arrogant, who's got pace to get past Gittins, but Gittins stands resolute and will unfortunately concede the corner kick at an expense. That's all it is at the moment, just a corner kick for CASUARINA. Newton-Arrogant will look to play this into the box, get a teammate on the end of it. In comes the ball, frontal post here, ball punched up in the air by Chindam. Newton-Arrogant across, Fannin will bring this under control and send it forward here. Pereira heads back. Diaz for Port Darwin, turns away from danger. Adu in there as well, still with Pereira. Now Newton-Arrogant. And goal kick. So, of course, many thanks to the Northern Territory Government as well as McDonald's, prolonged supporters of football in the NT. As Chindam comes short here, Declan O'Shea can't quite get the ball. Newton-Arrogant back to McLennan. Dinked forward for Gordon Pereira. Looks to get the contact off Diaz, still with Alejandro Diaz. Pereira look to drive it forward. Now it's Declan O'Shea. Jock. And now Charles Adu to Leo Casemiro. And Charles Adu, quick snapshot. Can't quite get it towards goal with any emphasis. Declan O'Shea. Laterally for Gittins. Now Phil Chindam. Marco Moser coming forward. Sees Chol Jock in some space and plays him through. Gittins looking to take it forward. Now Rahul Yakub. Braden McLennan. Chol Jock getting in there strongly, and it's a free kick against Port Darwin. Ball forward by McLennan. Newton-Arrogant attack this right wing here, putting a space and time, drives the ball in, so Casemiro gets ahead to it. It's a little skew. Mark Casemiro goes to ground and a collision there. Free kick for CASUARINA. Course, many thanks as well to Ward Keller, your territory law firm, personal and business dispute resolution experts. Can reach them on 1-800-978-360. It's 1-800-978-360. Rahul Yakub now. The Rowdies number 8. Can he drive a pass towards goal? Will he go direct and try and beat Chindam from distance? Either way, it's going to take a mighty effort from some way away. In comes Rao Yakub. Early driven, blocked by the wall. Back to Quinlan Tran, now Fannin. Driven forward once by Fannin and touchdown by Chindam. We'll just absorb some time here and Creighton Avenue. Passes short to Marco Moser. Comes forward out of defense to Joel Benicia. Shoshone Thompson dinks it over the top, looking for Alejandro Diaz. They'll get there as well. Past Quinlan Tran, the cross comes in and Dion Newell comes across. Robert Davies was providing a threatening run, but now Newton Aragon can run the other way. Fronted up by Gittins. Back inside to Raul Yakub. Gordon Pereira. Just in time over to Quinlan Tran. Inside for Charles Adu. A foul there against Port Darwin once more. Free kick here for CASUARINA. An accumulation of fouls. Raul Yakub now, even further out this time. Absolutely will look to dink this over towards a teammate. Not many in the box presenting. Van Lingen's come forward, perhaps a inward run. Stink that way, and Van Lingen gets a shot away. And is out of play for a goal kick. Another card towards Marco Moser. Now, they need to keep their wits about them, Port Darwin. They won't want to earn any red cards early on. Gittins. Forward for Davies. Just back inside, away from Adu. Asking a lot of Diaz to come across to this one. He can keep it in. Alejandro Diaz inside for Deng Jock. Charles Adu back to do some defending, and now dinks it wide for Newton Aragon. Zelio Casemiro. Gordon Pereira. Loses footing as he placed the pass, but Mark Casemiro looks to send it forward. Wainwright under pressure here. Newton Aragon. Inside for Raul Yakub. Wants to come forward for Charles Adu. Pace to come around to this. Charles Adu dinks around the goalkeeper. Adu across to Zelio Casemiro, and that's the opener. Wonderful assist by Charles Adu. Done all the work there, dinking it around Chindam, and then plays it across for Zelio Casemiro, and he has put the Rowdies 1-0 to the good. Approaching the 24th minute mark here, and CASUARINA have the advantage. And has to be said, Charles Adu doing a lot of work there to really set up Zelio Casemiro with the ball on the platter there, and couldn't not score, and certainly obliges that decision, and now puts the Rowdies firmly in front. Port Darwin looking to hit back. Jari Van Lingen clearing his lines. Putting this out for throw-in. Benicia throws in for Diaz. Comes wide for Jock. Opportunity to play the ball inside. Benicia will look to try and curl it, but just a little off target. And out of play. Fannin. Quinlan Tran heads back to his goalkeeper, Dion Newell. Van Lingen look to send this forward. Newton Arrogin in the front position, coming through goal. Newton Arrogin across Jacob Gittin. So does Mark Casemiro, looking to dink it back inside for Newton Arrogin. Referee waves play on. Mark Casemiro quick to his feet, and Shane Thompson gets the deflection off the forward. And offside eventually is the call. Brings the attack nonetheless to an end. Jindam driving it forward. Header up in the air by Quinlan Tran. Diaz comes across, but Pereira wins possession. Raul Yakub taking it away from Declan O'Shea. Still with Raul Yakub here. Good strength and balance, agility to keep the ball. Braden McLennan. Now Fannin. Charles Adu. Given away by Chol Jock. Won by Chol Jock, and now Benicia can come through goal here, and Van Lingen races across to clear it. More work there by Chol Jock to win possession back for his side, and almost an opportunity to capitalise for Port Darwin. Coach for Casuarina, Lee Addison, not happy with his side's complacency on the ball, urging them to clear it out if in doubt. And chances like that, Port Darwin will look to take surely soon enough. Benicia looks to throw in for Diaz, headed back in. Charles Adu, back to Fannin. Fannin across to his goalkeeper, Dion Newell. Chol Jock working hard to get across to it, and does well, Chol Jock, and wins the deflection off Mark Casemiro and his team throw-in. Diaz. Alejandro Diaz looking to drive it in. Fannin gets the block. Gordon Pereira out. Charles Adu. Quinlan Tran. Now Mark Casemiro. Bursts away from his defenders here. And Declan O'Shea coming with a long strike and driven straight towards Dion Newell, who gathers comfortably and rolls forward for Terry Fannin. Now Gordon Pereira. 1-0 to the good on the North Crest scoreboard, and there could be two here. Newton Arrogin coming through on goal. Newton Arrogin strikes and drags it wide. Let off there for Port Darwin in their defence. Catching Gittins off guard there, and almost away and on goal to extend their lead. Moser now. Heading forward. Going to get away from Mark Casemiro. Now Gittins. Sliding in rashly there. Charles Adu will look to dispossess Diaz. McLennan gets there ahead of Benicia. Raul Yakub now. Declan O'Shea coming across for Port Darwin. Looking to dink it forward, and Van Lingen just heads to safety. Puts it out into touch. And Raul Yakub does well to win that one back. Diaz gets across. Wide for Davies. Looking to play it over the top here. Beautifully played through for Anthony Wainwright. He's entered the box here. Wainwright back for Joel Benicia, looking to strike from distance, and a lot of power, but not a lot of placement. Drives out of play for a goal kick. Of course, many thanks as well to Diamond Barbers. 3 locations, Parat, Bellamac and the Darwin CBD. Book now in 2022. Stay fresh with Diamond Barbers today. As now Fannin look to come out of possession for his side. Van Lingen. Now Dion Newell. Heavy touch by Davies means the Rowdies can still come out of defence here. Quinlan Tran, Mark Casemiro back for Terry Fannin. Turns away of danger and heads back to his goalkeeper's safe feet. Dion Newell. Van Lingen. Playing over to the top here. Gittins primal position and lashes it forward. Gordon Pereira chests it down, and now Raul Yakub. Ari Van Lingen. Braden McLennan. Looking to play it wide, and now Mark Casemiro. Raul Yakub. For all their possession, CASUARINA, just the 1 goal on the North Crest scoreboard. Now Zelio Casemiro plays it inside. Joel Jock cuts it out. Forward now for Joel Benicia. Joel Benicia forward now for Anthony Wainwright. Van Lingen cuts across, and now Braden McLennan with time to operate. Looks to drive it across to Mark Casemiro, touches inside and with pace. And a yellow card will be earned here by Joel Jock. Break and play here. Tending to Mark Casemiro, who is down for the Rowdies. And with 33 minutes gone here. Of course, just 1-0 on the North Crest scoreboard. Free kick for the Rowdies here. Raul Yakub once again. Looks to dink it back post. Marco Moser getting across to clear. Shoshone Thompson forward. Trying to keep the ball against Charles Aid, who does well. Now Moser to play it forward. Wainwright will race across and keep this into play. Gittins to come wide. Ronnie Newton-Arrogan go on a run here. Take it past Gittins. O'Shea across. Dinks it to his left back, and now Gittins to Wainwright. Looking to code to Benicia. McLennan Strong in with Venetia. Venetia keeps it in. Look to come wide here, but goes out of play. Throw in for CASUARINA. Charles Adu. Mark Casemiro. Gordon Pereira. Quinlan Tran. Mark Casemiro. It's possession fall through. Shane Thompson will give possession equally away. Quinlan Tran. Dion Newell. Short to Terry Fannin. Now Yari Van Lingen. Looks to play the switch and plays it well to Charles Adu. Charles Jock doing well to wrestle possession. Wainwright looks to head wide, but Davies wasn't quite on the same page. Throw in for CASUARINA. Quinlan Tran across to Terry Fannin. Leaves it for his goalkeeper, Dion Newell. Yari McRae Van Lingen goes forward for Terry Fannin. Less than 10 minutes of regulation time here to go in the first half. Seen a Zelio Casemiro goal. The scoreline that separates these two on the North Crest scoreboard now. Diaz looked to come forward to Benicia. Couldn't quite connect the pass to his teammate. Braden McLennan. Raul Yakub back to McLennan now. And no Rowdy's player there to assist him. Gittins keeps this in play. Phil Chindam. Back to Gittins. Returns it back to Chindam, and Chindam will look to send it forward. Joel Jock takes it down beautifully and look to play it through here. Alejandro Diaz will try and pace away from McLennan. Fair challenge between the two. Off McLennan, and so Diaz will throw. Back to Joel Jock. Alejandro Diaz. Looking to go into the box here. Driven out by Fannin. Mark Casemiro back to defend. Look to come away from Wainwright. Joel Jock's there. Plays Shashone Thompson, and now Marco Moser. Look to launch it long. Rising up was Deng Jock. Davies. Only does well for CASUARINA. Now Mark Casemiro can run away with possession here. Looking to come forward in a hurry. Couldn't quite get the ball to Raul Yakub. Now Declan O'Shea coming in. All bosses the referee. Joel Jock driving it forward. Heavy touch by Anthony Wainwright. Surrenders possession. Terry Fannin comes away here for his side. So there Casemiro. Charles Adu hitting it over. Now Raul Yakub puts it back and forward for Zelio Casemiro, who drives through on goal. Fantastic save there by Phil Chindam, it has to be said. Denies the veteran his second goal of the evening. Free kick to Port Darwin. Quickly taken. Benicia. Come away here. Beaten off the ball by Gordon Pereira. Now Yari Van Lingen. Mark Casemiro. Coming forward now, Mark Casemiro, and he's taken down. And that looks like it's going to be a second yellow card and dismissed. Marco Moser. Second yellow card, and his night is over. Down to 10 men now, Port Darwin. And the insurmountable mountain has gotten a lot higher. In comes Rao Yakub, strikes direct to goal, and Chindam with plenty of time to see that one through. Chindam will now look to launch it long. Straight down to Rao Yakub. Wainwright picks it off, but into the advantage of Yari Van Lingen. Tian Newell sends it wide to Newton Arrigan. Casemiro looks to come away from Shoshone Thompson here. Still Mark Casemiro pacing through on goal here. Mark Casemiro strikes, and that's a fantastic save once again, but Zelio Casemiro comes across and puts it away and puts CASUARINA 2-0 to the good. Wonderful save by Phil Chindam, and unfortunately for him, no teammates there to assist him. And that's a second goal of the evening for Zelio Casemiro. CASUARINA 2-0 to the good. And now with the man advantage as well, situation has gone just that little bit more difficult now for Port Darwin. Of course, already were down 1-0 and to 10 men, and of course now their deficit has been doubled, courtesy of Zelio Casemiro, despite the best from Bill Chindam. Jock. Gittins. Declan O'Shea. Forward with distance, Declan O'Shea. Braden McLennan heads it further away by Van Lingen. Now Chol Jock. Central for Joel Benicia. Charles Adu coming across there. Charles Adu strongly done. Gordon Pereira takes it away from Deng Jock. And Braden McLennan. Rao Yakub. Jacob Gittins. Chol Jock. Alejandro Diaz sending it forward for Davies here. Back for Joel Benicia. Shoshone Thompson. Chol Jock. Away comes Yakub, but Declan O'Shea intervenes. Now Joel Benicia. That's all the way back to Phil Chindam. Short for Diaz. Plays it to Benicia now. Forward goes Joel Benicia. Robert Davies. They're going to roll it back for Benicia. Diving in Gordon Pereira. Joel Benicia now takes the touch and off the referee here. See a drop ball to the advantage of CASUARINA. Gordon Pereira. Charles Adu. Chol Jock wins that one back. Pereira stands firm to contain possession. McLennan. Rao Yakub. Shoshone Thompson knocks it forward. Deng Jock now. Robert Davies. Tucks the shoulder and goes in. The referee says nothing. Play on. And in the final minute of regulation time, 2-0 on the North Crest scoreboard. Zelio Casemiro double. Sees the Rowdies in front. Alejandro Diaz coming forward with possession now. Chol Deng Jock laying it wide for Anthony Wainwright, and offside. Flag goes up to deny them. To be a good opportunity with Robert Davies inside. A yellow card seems to be coming the way of Anthony Wainwright. Brings us to the end of regulation time. We're into the referee's borrowed time at the moment. Gordon Pereira. Now Yari Van Lingen. Dion Newell, short to Fannin, back to Newell. Just rolls it in amongst his feet, looking to take the game to half-time. Referee whistle in mouth. And brings us to the end of 45 minutes here. 2-0 advantage for Casuarina, courtesy of Zelio Casemiro with both goals. Sees his side take in a advantage to half-time. Referee Eric in the centre there, officiating this one. And coaches Lee Addison for Casuarina and Ricky Fulton for Port Darwin will have some words to say to their teams and get them reordered and restructured for the second half. We'll take a short intermission at the break and be resumed with you for the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Thank you for rejoining us, ladies and gentlemen, at the commencement of the second half. 2-0 is the score on the Northcrest scoreboard. And just the one change at half-time. Robert Davies coming from the field and being replaced by Paul Crean, a defensive-minded substitution taking place there. As now Port Darwin will be going left to right on your screens to commence this second half. And only moments away are we from commencing it. Just getting everything ready. And we are underway and off we go. Alejandro Diaz looking to turn his side's fortunes around, but with that ball early, doesn't bode well. Quinlan Tran throws back for Terry Fannin. Now Van Lingen. Forward for his side, looking to start the second half in an electrifying fashion. Charles Adu controls away from Diaz and to come forward and to concede ground here. Plays it to Gordon Pereira, his captain. Raul Yakub dinked it for Zelio Casemiro. Yakub tried to go back for Casemiro, and there's a foul in there. And a free kick awarded as well for Port Darwin. Chindam sends this one long. Coming through here on goal. Fannin heads it back to Dion Neal. Comfortably collects. Now to Van Lingen. Gordon Pereira. Forward for Zelio Casemiro. Back to Gordon Pereira. Captain now decides to send it forward, but Chindam will cut across to cut off the avenue. Rolls it short to the substitute there, Paul Crean. Now Declan O'Shea. Going to come wide for Shoshone Thompson here, hard running. And Fannin sends that into touch. Throw in here for Port Darwin. And Van Lingen just heads it back to the safety of his goalkeeper. And now Braden McLennan. Declan O'Shea there to intervene. Gittins forward for Port Darwin now. Wainwright looking to dink it wide for Dang Jock. Gittins. Inside here, danger, and Dion Neal turns away from that looming threat and keeps that ball in his hands. Now down to fashion a ball wide for Newton Aragon. He's got the green light to go forward if he can. Instead he goes back to Braden McLennan. Now Gordon Pereira. Raul Yakub. Mark Casemiro fashions some space and looks to curl an attempt, and Phil Chindam gathers that one relatively unopposed and now rolls it out for Shona Thompson. Plays it across for Dang Jock. Fannin's there with him. Van Lingen. Still Van Lingen. Charles Adu does well. Raul Yakub looks to keep the ball, but won by Wainwright. Port Darwin can come out here on the far side, and it is a throw for Port Darwin. Gittins quick throw in, cleared out by Van Lingen. At this stage, of course, we can also thank Northern Territory Government once again and McDonald's for their contributions for Football for All in the NT. As Port Darwin and Alejandro Diaz look to come away with possession. Now Declan O'Shea. Crean. All the way back to Phil Chindom. And that forces the clearance wide. CASUARINA will win back possession. And Tran trying to get it to Charles Adu, but goes out of play. Tran heads to Gordon Pereira. And nicely done from Gordon Pereira. Possession back with Port Darwin for the moment. Diaz. And handball against Port Darwin. CASUARINA. Free kick here. And Pereira sends it into the box looking for a looming header, and it comes in the form of Zelio Casemiro. Contact, of course, through there, so it will be a corner kick. Ball comes in here, and Newton Harrigan at the front post looking for a header towards goal, but just not quite in his advantage. Goal kick for Port Darwin. Crean. Diaz. And bumped off the ball there. Jock by McLennan, so it is a free kick for Port Darwin. Diaz. Back for Crean, he launches it long. Van Lingen best suited underneath it. Charles Adu. Back for Gordon Pereira, but now it's Diaz. Joel Benicia look to turn away from Fannin. Still with Joel Benicia here. Shoshone Thompson. Shoshone Thompson looking to come past a few. Getting Jock through the legs of Fannin. Possession still with Port Darwin here. Joel Jock. Shoshone Thompson. Going to play it wide. Diaz flicked on header to Wainwright. Shot from distance. Not quite in the realms of danger for Dion Newell. Gather harmlessly for the goal kick. Newell drives it long past halfway. Challenged amongst a few players. Casemiro gets the deflection of Chol Jock, and so Rowdies will still come forward via this throw-in. Quinlan Tran back to Terry Fannin. Yari Van Lingen. Braden McLennan. Ari Van Lingen. Now Fannin will look to play it forward for Mark Casemiro. Allows it to bounce in to take it more comfortably. Shoshone Thompson for space. Charles Adu, nicely done, and he lashes one shot there. Little block on the way through, forces the contact, so corner kick for CASUARINA. In comes the ball here. Declan O'Shea gets ahead to it. Joel Benicia away for Port Darwin. Good tackle down the line from Charles Adu. Clean tackle as well. Throw in for the Wharfies. Shoshone Thompson now on the line. And Jock trying to keep this play alive, but there's a foul for Port Darwin in there. So an opportunity for them to present danger, and perhaps drive a ball into the box with Paul Crean and Declan O'Shea heading forward. Plenty of aerial threat for Port Darwin to aim for. We'll see if Shoshone Thompson can do that. He decides to drive it directly towards Newell, and he takes it down just in front of goal. Newton Aragon down the line here. Zelio Casemiro, Raul Yakub comes across to Zelio Casemiro once again. Joel Jock clearing first time. Paul Crean, now Charles Adu. Paul Crean brings it down, but only for Braden McLennan, and he looks to cross it over. Zelio Casemiro is in the box waiting. Declan O'Shea forward. Charles Adu from distance strikes, and great save there from Phil Chindam. Kept in from Joel Jock. Casemiro here. Joel Benicia to come out of defence past Quinlan Tran. Quinlan Tran goes out of play. Port Darwin throw. And a substitution to take place here also. And looks to be the end of the night for Joel Benicia. He is substituted at the 57th minute mark, and coming on in his place is number 20. It's Francis Dreesy. O'Shea forward. Dreesy trying to immediately inject himself into this game. Ball comes across here, and McLennan plays it out of play. Thrown by Thompson. And now throw-in will go the other way. CASUARINA ball. Fannin sends it forward. Charles Adu, creative touch to put it across to Zelio Casemiro. Gordon Pereira swings it wide here. Newton Aragon in the space, can't quite get across to keep it in though. Throw in for Port Darwin here. Forward by Gittins. Diaz trying to keep it in, but it comes off him. And out of play for a throw-in. Be with Braden McLennan. We'll come back though for the throw-in. Diaz, I think, signalling for a substitution to take place. His night might be coming to an end. In the meantime, the Rowdies get things underway. Ben Lingen back to McLennan. Ball driven into the box here. Back post there, and that's a great header. It's Mark Casemiro. Adds the third. And this puts the result firmly without doubt. Great ball there from Braden McLennan. Drives it directly onto the head of Mark Casemiro, and make no mistake, from the number 8 for the Rowdies, drives it into the back of the net. And another goal for his personal tally. Shall see 3 points go home with the black and white. Of course, still half an hour remains. But with the man advantage as well, things will be increasingly difficult for Port Darwin, who've not really been able to create much of an attacking threat since they've gone down to 10. It's them underway on the ball. Diaz. Shoshone Thompson back inside for Diaz. Still soldiering on is Alejandro Diaz. Joel Jock. Dispossessed, Mark Casemiro. Zelio Casemiro now. Wide for Newton Arrigan. Raul Yakub back for Gordon Pereira. Now over with Quinlan Tran. Mark Casemiro keeps this one in play. Taken down by Terry Fannin. Van Lingen. Player has remained to ground here. Alejandro Diaz. Seems to be an injury complaint. And a substitution to take place as well. So yes, Alejandro Diaz will be substituted at this break in play. And coming on in his replacement, number 2, it's Emmanuel Massimo. The final 30 minutes or so that remain, plus stoppages. Chindum. Drives it forward here. Quinlan Tran tries to take control. Braden McLennan. Gordon Pereira. Van Lingen. Gordon Pereira now. Driving it wide. Mark Casemiro takes it down. Dreesy coming across quick and fast. Francis Dreesy with possession. Joel Jock back to Francis Dreesy. Nicely done to Joel Jock. Back to Dreesy. Now it is Jock. Wainwright back out to Jock here. Spinning away from him unfortunately, but offside against Joel Jock. Casuarina looked to come away quickly. Van Lingen. Long ball looked by Van Lingen in the back of Lee Casemiro. Wrong goal, flag stayed down. Wainwright. Gordon Pereira comes away. Fannin. Wide for Newton Arrigan. Van Lingen. Fannin. Back to Van Lingen. O'Shea stands tall. Ball to be driven out wide for Jock, and does well to get the contact off McLennan, so it will be thrown for Port Darwin. Raul Yakub. Newton on the overlap. It's there ahead of Crean. Keeping this play alive. Gordon Pereira driving it through for Zelio Casimiro. Keeps it somewhat close to him, but Crean comes in and just mops it away. Newton playing the ball into the centre square. Rising to that one was Wainwright, but rising a little too high was the foot, so it'll be a free kick to the Rowdies. Position of some danger as well. And cue the man to come on as a substitute. Goes off on the far side, Ronnie Newton. And the number 10, famous number, famous name, Imam Muklis, coming onto the pitch now. And dare say, come over for a look at this free kick. And his first involvement will look to be this free kick. Imam Muklis. Would be some introduction off your first touch to score with this free kick. Wall looks prepped. Chindam looks ready. We'll see if Imam Muklis can score with his first touch. And he comes, saved out and cleared this time by Declan O'Shea. Fannin. Charles Adu. Wafting to the box, comes out is Chindam, takes it well. Throws wide now for Dreesy. He's got pace to come forward as well, Francis Dreesy. Long stride, Francis Dreesy, and look to power it into the box, blocked by Imam Muklis. Now throw in for Port Darwin. Or corner kick rather, and it's Dreesy to take. Such a narrow angle. The cross blocked off by Muklis, but adjudicated to be a corner kick, which Dreesy will take now. Corner now to be taken by Dreesy. comes Dreesy. Punched out by Newell and seemed to have gone out before it came in again from Dreesy, so goal kick the decision. Shortly taken, Van Lingen. Charles Adu. Driven forward by Crean, now Deng Jock. Deng Jock still trying to get past quite a number of rowdies. Still with Deng Jock. Possession with Jock, goes to Chol Jock now. Gets past a number of rowdies there, good interplay from the Jocks there. Eventually comes out and Massimo getting a challenge in. Shoshone Thompson looking to play it forward. Fannin heads back out, back to Emmanuel Massimo. Chol Jock. Thompson. And Fannin drives it directly out of play. Throw in. A substitution now for Port Darwin, and it's the final two of their substitutions. So that, of course, means Grayson Cooper and Victor Laurent will be coming onto the field on in their place. And that's of courtesy of Jacob Gittins and Deng Jock. So, Port Darwin, the Wharfies, all out of substitutions. Their cards have been played. And we'll see what is to come in the final 20 minutes or so. Fannin heads up into the air. Dreesy gets contact and puts it in. Grayson Cooper gets a shot off and blocked away. Paul Crean. Wide here. Wainwright. Back to Paul Crean. Looking to come forward. McLennan is there. Dion Newell sending it forward. Charles Adu down. Gordon Pereira. Van Lingen. Back to Dion Newell. Van Lingen wide to Charles Adu. Daniel Massimo back for Crean. Victor Lawrence, substitute, getting onto the ball. Now Massimo once more, going wide. Quinlan Tran tries to control it back in for Pereira, does well. Charles Adu now. Goes back out wide. Zelio Casemiro should get to the end of this. Back for Charles Adu. Muklis. Raul Yakub brought to ground and be a free kick for the Rowdies here. And Yakub and Mark Casemiro over this one. We'll see which of the two favours this. Of course, it would take a strike of some degree to beat Chinder from this distance. Mark Casemiro drives off the wall and McLennan just elects to let that roll out of play for the corner. In comes the ball, Chindam misses it. McLennan's back there. They look to come away from Choljock. Still with McLennan. Looks to drive it wide. Muklis will get to this one. Played inside, he will. Goalkeeper comes out for that one. Awkward challenge there. Referee checking on both players. Medical attention required for both. Coming out for that one, Chindam. All eyes on the ball. Caught underneath it by Van Lingen, but he's back to his feet. Causation protection will be afforded to the goalkeeper here. All eyes on the ball. Phil Chindam. Less than 15 minutes of regulation time to go. Chindam comes short now to Declan O'Shea. Shoshone Thompson turns away from Mark Casemiro, but tenacity wins that one. Mark Casemiro chases it down, and eventually Shoshone Thompson wins the contest. Gibson away to Quinlan Trang. Gordon Pereira. Mamuklis back to Gordon Pereira. Braden McLennan, Imam Muklis, Terry Fannin, Quinlan Tran, Imam Muklis once again, Braden McLennan, inside here Raul Yakub, Zelio Casemiro, looks to go far post here, Braden McLennan. Ball cleared out, Quinlan Tran. Terry Fannin. Van Lingen forward to Pereira. Charles Adu back to Van Lingen. Raul Yakub looking to thread the needle there, not quite. Mark Casemiro now. Raul Yakub, fronted by Victor Laurent. Comes here through for Charles Adu. Past the goalkeeper. And Charles Adu makes it 4. Adds a goal to his assist. Charles Adu. And then celebration there from the pair. Good, nicely dinked through by Zelio Casemiro, and an assist goes along to his 2 goals, and a finish from Charles Adu. An iconic dance there. To those near and afar watching who have delved into the FIFA video game, I believe that's a trademark celebration from that game, replicated by Raul Yakub and Charles Adu there. Bringing a little flair to his game. Charles Adu once again on the ball. Imam Muklis. Van Lingen. Gordon Pereira. Nice turn from Charles Adu there. Zelio Casemiro back to Imam Muklis. Raul Yakub. Turns away from Choljok. And just a foul on Choljok there. Needs to be careful. He's, of course, in the book. Mark Casemiro. Raul Yakub. Nicely weighted forward for Zelio Casemiro. Touch by Declan O'Shea meant that didn't go through. Muklis goes wide. Wainwright. Casuarina will profit here. Gordon Pereira. Driven forward by McLennan, now by Crean. Headed back in. Nice interplay between Charles Adu and McLennan. McLennan drives the ball across. Touched by Chindum, and a shot. And off the bar by Zelio Casemiro. Good technique shown there to lace that one. Rattled Chindum's right upright, and thankfully for him, behind for a goal kick. Forward by Crean. Headed by Van Lingen. Now it's Imam Muklis. Mark Casemiro gets past O'Shea. Now at wide to Quinlan Tran. Harsh Thompson. Now it's Mark Casemiro. To get past a couple. Nicely done from Raul Yakub. Imam Muklis. Gordon Pereira. Tries one from distance, but speculative and fortunately not quite there. And it'll be substituted here. The late stage. Charles Adu doing damage there, an assist and a goal to his name. Sees him come in for an early rest. A well-deserved reprieve. On in his place is going to be number 5, and that's Jacob Andrade. Shortly taken, Crean. Out here to Simo. Cooper. Declan O'Shea. Port Darwin captain looking to send them forward. Quinlan Tran heads the other way. Mark Casemiro comes wide here. Zelio Casemiro in space. Raul Yakub inside the box. If this can go first time, no, it can't. Instead comes back to Andrade. Gordon Pereira turns away from Dreesy. Now Imam Muklis. Andrade. Quinlan Tran. Fannin. Van Lingen. Braden McLennan. Now it comes for Braden McLennan, looking over top for Raul Yakub, speedily done, and gets a touch off the Port Darwin player, and so it will come out for a corner kick. And another opportunity to make it 5. Raul Yakub with a delivery. Not a goal or an assist yet to his name. He's been on fire in recent weeks, but has been a part of all the good play for the Rowdies tonight. Ball comes in, headed out by Wainwright. Mark Casemiro keeps us alive for the Rowdies. Now Andrade. Quinlan Tran. Fannin. Back to Dion Newell. Quinlan Tran. Fannin. Back to Dion Newell. Dion Newell sends this one wide on a dime there for Raul Yakub. Unfortunately, the ball not as good. Grayson Cooper sends this one wide for Chol Jock. Opportunity for him to run through against Fannin. And Wainwright offside position. Out. Offside is the call. Van Lingett. Braden McLennan. Andre. Imam Muklis. Looks for the wide ball. Raul Yakub, intended target, but Jindam comes to collect. Rolls short to Massimo. Declan O'Shea. Quinlan Tran brings this one down well. Gordon Pereira, now Terry Fannin. Quinlan Tran forward for Andrade, and Andrade lays it forward for Mark Casemiro. Late chance here for the Rowdies to make it number 5. In comes Mark Casemiro, speeding into the box. Put out to Raul Yakub, but he strikes and he scores. Makes it number 5. All the work there from Mark Casemiro. See the replay there. Mark Casemiro comes across. And it is a goal for Raul Yakub. It's one for his name. And a double change here for CASUARINA. Gordon Pereira, the captain, will be brought from the field for the last few minutes that remain, as well as Zelio Casemiro. And their replacements are going to be number 3, that's Dylan Vong. And also number 2, Ryan Newell. Let's just soak up the last few minutes of Premier League football here. Massimo. Back for Crean. And the wayward touch there by Muklis. Port Darwin throw in. Laurent driving it forward. Looks to come through here. Tracy running hard, and Dion Newell just leaving that one out of play. Just a Port Darwin ball though. And has been signalled as a corner kick. Grayson Cooper with the attempt, and it comes. Dreesy looking to get contact. Driving towards goal, and a save there by Dion Newell. Hasn't had too many of those to do this Friday evening, but sprung into one there. Dion Newell to deny and keep his clean sheet thus far. Good corner there from Cooper. And Dreesy striking, and Dion Newell more than up to the occasion. Cooper from the other side. Terry Fannin first to it. Cooper driving into the box here, and Dion Newell comes out and collects. Brings it to his feet and comes wide to Fannin. Fannin to Tran. Now Vong. That brings us to a close. Friday night football round 15 of the Men's Premier League gets off and underway. 5-0 victory to CASUARINA Football Club. Happy clean sheet there for Dion Newell, and a lot of goals from the Rowdies. In fact, 2 from Zelio Casemiro. Goals apiece to Charles Adu, Mark Casemiro and Raul Yakub. See the result home and away. The Rowdies will end the round top of the table, of course. Hellenic with the bye. So the Rowdies top of the table after round 15. Port Darwin still at the bottom. We'll have more action for you tomorrow from 4 p.m. That'll be University Azuri and Mindalaces. And until then, my name's George Screwfezis, and I hope you have a safe rest of your Friday night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.